because it will be awesome, and I think there's lots of people that would be interested in seeing what we have here.
Maybe.
I'm going to change it over to speaker view. That is interesting because my headroom is way too high now.
Your what?
My
Oh,
headroom. So the space above my head, whenever you see me in these videos, I mean, I'm creating television. So I'm trying to shoot it as professionally as possible. But that means I have to make a minor adjustment here and there. There you go. That's not too bad. And it allows you to kind of see the trunk. It's like anticipation. What's in the glorious trunk of death? Hey, before we get into this though, so Aunt Patty, you are looking great.
Thank you. I feel a lot better.
Yeah? Is it true?
you ought to see her running around. She runs around like a chicken with her head cut off. She's pretty spry.
Aunt Patty, is it true that you quit smoking?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
I haven't had one since I left the hospital.
Thank you from all of us.
How many days?
Yep. Been
How
about,
How many days?
I don't know. I haven't counted lately. Probably about 70 or so. Somewhere in that area.
Was it as hard as you thought it would be?
No.
I'm so glad. I'm so
As a
glad.
matter of fact, I really haven't even wanted one that bad at all.
That is so awesome. I'm so glad.
Isn't that strange though, that feeling? Because I did the same thing. There was a few times that my hand reached for a cigarette, but it wasn't because I wanted it. It was the habit of reaching.
Yeah. I've got up and to go get them a couple of times, but not really that bad. Or when I get ready to go someplace, when I go pick up my purse, I'm looking for my cigarettes to go to.
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff I had.
It's one of those things, you know, and when you get ready to leave the house, there you go through that list in your head.
Yeah.
For me,
Oh, it really hasn't bothered me at all, really.
that's awesome. Well, thank you for doing that, because that means we get to have you for a few more years.
Maybe. I do feel a lot better, and I'm breathing a lot better.
That's awesome. Really, really happy.
I guess she makes me take her to bingo 3 or 4 nights a week.
What else are you going to do during?
She just makes me do it.
What else are you going to do during COVID lockdown? You know?
I wear my mask. She don't wear a mask, but she doesn't leave the table.
Okay.
Yeah. We sit by ourselves, just me and her at a table by ourselves.
Well, that's an interesting thing, because you were talking about how you just will reach for the cigarettes because that's what you do. It's like when I leave the house, I have a new routine. You know, it used to be, you know, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Do I have everything that I need to leave the house? And now,
Holy shit.
and now I have to add mask. Check this out.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Check this one out. Yeah. That's
Do that again. I want to see that again.
Oh, check it out. That's me right there. Yeah. Uh-huh.
How come yours fits better?
Because I have a fatter head. These things, these things are enormous. Plus you really have to crank them back on your head. Those little plastic things, they really help.
Mine's crooked.
Yeah. Are you sure it's the mask that's crooked?
Snicker on the.
So yeah.
See, I gotta twist it.
Yeah, you gotta work on it. Yeah, I really thought they were extremely clever. I didn't realize how tough it was. I think I know what I need to do though, Mom. If I go to like a t-shirt shop that does screen printing, and I just have them print the whole face life size on a white shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Then we could cut it out and make masks out of them. So that's on my list. But I have the special ones you gave me. My black tie mask. This black tie mask, Mom, I actually have a pair of socks that match it exactly. So that one's cool. We have my red tie mask, or considering we're in a global pandemic, I like to call this one my mask of red death.
Yeah, but are they going to match anything that you wear?
Oh, they do. Both of those match. And this one, actually, I wear more than any of them.
I
And
do too.
I love it because it has the little metal thing to bend in on your nose, and it gives you more of a contour so you can actually see more of your facial expression.
Yep.
Well, I like that one. But who am I kidding? The one that I love best is this one. Affleck, Affleck, Affleck.
Joni thought you wasn't amused with that.
This is hilarious. It's hilarious. Aunt Patty, Mom made those three. She made the mask of red death, the black tie, and the duck. They're awesome. Okay, we have only 40 minutes on this recording because I'm using the free version of Zoom. And when it dies, if we're not done, I'll just start a new meeting. So you guys didn't sign up to chat about masks, although how do you not talk about masks these days?
I know.
What you signed up for was to explore Shirley's trunk of death.
I hadn't seen the trunk.
What's that?
I didn't know anything about it until last night.
Yeah, the trunk is awesome. This is a keeper, Mom. I love this thing. It's gonna.
There's 2 more trunks.
This is a keeper. This is gonna live in my house forever. I really enjoy it. Okay. So I'm gonna take pictures.
In that glass. What's in
that?
that glass? I want to know what's in that glass.
Exactly what you would expect.
Okay.
I
just
figured.
check.
I figured that I'm going to be exploring my past with my mother and my aunt. A cocktail might be order. So just pretend it's a Bloody Mary. It's okay if you are just having Bloody Marys in the middle of the day. Okay, so here's number one.
Patty, do you recognize that blanket?
I haven't seen it yet.
Check it out. Okay, here, I'll talk so you can see it. There you go.
Turn it over. Fold it in a square. No, fold it in half.
Okay.
See that zipper? See that little zipper? That's Erica's sleeping bag that Patty gave me.
Oh.
That's that little sleeping bag you gave me for Erica.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Coleman tag.
It was handy and it was heavy and padded, and I thought that'd be good to sit on top there.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because the first thing in here is the only thing I ask you for.
Yep.
Lion, yeah.
Yep.
That's 1972 I made that.
Yeah.
Is that what's it? Is it marked?
No, it looks like it might have been marked, but it also looks like it has been broken and you filled the feet in with plaster.
Well, yeah, I was trying to make it heavier and thicker so that it wouldn't break.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, this, as many people know, my mom is extremely creative. Most everyone in our family are. And she made this out of ceramics back when we lived in Nashville, Illinois. And it's one of my earliest memories of her creativity. And when she said, I'm getting older. What do you want? What do you want out of my stuff? I said, I don't want anything. And then I thought about it and I said, well, maybe that lion. So that is going on my my shelf of goodness in my office so that I can regularly think of my mom.
Oh, Patty has a shelf of goodness.
Yeah.
I just noticed when I was over there, I took Elena over to see her, that on her desk, she has mementos and pictures and things like that. Show that to Jim, Patty. Can you turn your camera so you can show him your desk?
She's got, that might be.
No, yeah. No, just
speak
I want
up.
you to see the desk.
I can't. I'm on the computer.
Well, you have to talk when you hold something up so that the camera will switch to you.
Okay. All right,
Oh,
here it is.
You're on the computer?
Here it is.
Say it again.
Magnet.
Talk.
This is Pat, or Dayla and Brian. It's
Oh,
on a
nice.
magnet.
That's nice. Yep.
Let me show you something else though. I don't know if I can show you from there.
We'll get to the trunk in a minute.
This is.
You'll like this that she's got.
This was what this was about.
This,
Look
Yeah.
at that. It's a quilt. It's a little quilt.
can you see it?
I did. I did. In fact,
All kinds of pictures on it. Where's the other one?
You inspired me. I'm calling an audible. I'll be right back.
Here's the other one.
He's what? He's gone. Wait a minute.
I inspired him, he said.
Oh, I know what he's doing.
No, I'm on the computer, so I can't move it.
Oh. Because of that, I thought that was pretty cool, all the stuff you got there on your
Here's the
desk.
other one.
Oh,
Is he back yet?
speak up, Aunt Patty, so we can see it full screen. You got to tell us what it is so we can see it full
Hold
screen.
on, let me make this thing full screen. Maybe that's what's there. It's
Oh,
yellow with
okay.
family pictures on it.
I love that. So, Mom, what's in this bag?
Your picture quilt that you was slightly offended with or scared of? You said you didn't want all these people staring at you when you slept?
Exactly. It's weird, Mom. It's weird to sleep with this thing and all of your family are staring at
It
you.
wasn't really made to sleep with. It was just in memory.
No, it's awesome. I love it. I obviously still have it.
It took quilt rack and hangs on the wall.
Yeah.
Patty Joe's got hers on the wall.
You know, that's a good idea. I got a lot of blank
She
walls.
got
I got a lot of blank
she got a ladder, just a wooden ladder,
Yeah.
and painted it pretty, and then folded it and laid it on the steps so it hang down the steps of the ladder.
That's cool. All right. I'm at another level here
All right,
Okay.
of excavation in the trunk. Let me take a picture of what I've uncovered. I recognize one of these things. I recognize this.
That is
Without-
handmade pressed paper, right?
No, it's the hugest joint ever.
No.
It is called Amate, and it's handmade paper made from yucca, I think. It's a Mexican gift I brought back for you from my first trip to Mexico in 1991, maybe? No, it was like 93 or something, but it was it was 93 because it was right after I did the Spanish immersion program and went down to Cuernavaca, and I brought this back to you from this meat market. And well, they sold flowers and obviously amate and clothes, but it's really quite cool. If you look at it closely, you can see the holes through it even, and you can see that it's pressed pulp from pulp. It's really cool.
It's pretty neat.
And it has, beautiful birds on it. I got this one in particular for Mom because I know how much she appreciates that Ray Stevens song, May the Bird of Paradise Fly Up Your Nose.
Oh, that's Patty's.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else.
Only it wasn't nose.
Oh, wow. I remember this one too. That's wood carving. Look at how delicate that carving is.
Yeah.
It is. I was worried about sending that one.
Yeah, it's so delicate. You can see the little wrens down at the bottom, I think. No, those aren't wrens.
Cranes,
Cranes? Yeah, they're cranes.
aren't they? Probably
Yeah.
cranes.
This is from probably my first trip to San Francisco. Wow, you're giving me some really cool stuff that's going to end up in my other corner of goodness. Downstairs, I have a small amount of things that I've kept from my various travels over the years. All right, this could have been the same trip. La cucaracha, la cucaracha, la 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 la.
Everybody in the house has played with those.
I don't remember what trip those are from, but I do recognize them. Oh, wow. I know what this is.
I wondered if you'd remember that one.
I do. And this was yours
It's mine.
because I had mine up until recently and I finally got rid of mine. But this was when I was so embarrassed with how much my mother was flirting with a man in a skirt.
Hey, I had fun.
There is awesome video and photos of my mom flirting with a Tongan performer in Hawaii at the Polynesian Cultural Center, where we had an incredible amount of fun. And if you haven't seen the video of me drumming shirtless, dripping wet, while my video camera is dying, it was this same day. It was indeed that same day. Okay, I think this one goes back earlier than my memories do. What's that about?
Well, that one, that actually belonged to Doug. And I thought you would be the only one to appreciate that.
Oh,
It was the rubber ducky that was given to him on his birthday, his 40th birthday.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that, Doug's 40th birthday.
And it's been sitting on my bathtub until the last couple of years. It sat on our bathtub when he and I was together and long after he had died. It sat on my bathtub.
I had no idea that was its heritage. We will discuss this one a little more offline. There might be somebody else that is more worthy of having it. But yes, I will honor it. Oh, wow.
Oh, you're right. Maybe EJ.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it.
Why didn't you ever eat these?
Oh, is that candy?
Yes, that's chocolate. You didn't know
Oh, that would have been gone if I'd known that was chocolate.
She didn't know it was chocolate. These are
No.
Las Vegas poker chips because my mom is a slot jockey.
So is your aunt.
Yep, I like them too.
We both are slot jockeys. I just never heard it called that before.
I've always told people you were a slot jockey, and
Yeah.
and I was telling people part of the reason I never really gambled because I never had much money and I never seemed to win much. But when I do gamble, I generally do okay. But I would tell them that, we'd go to Las Vegas and you and Fred would, sit there at the slot machines for 8 hours and we'd go do some rides or go watch a show and go have dinner, and we kept coming back and you guys were just happy. And I would tell you, Mom, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just walk outside the casino, throw $250 in the street, and then come have dinner with us? This one, I don't remember when I gave it to you, but that's a keeper. That's going in my kitchen right now. It'll go right.
That was, well, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've had it a long, long time.
Well, yeah, it at least dates back close to 30 years. That much I know. I don't remember exactly, but
Way back.
It was one of the early trips that you came to Flagstaff after I moved here full time in like 97 or something.
Are you at the bottom yet?
I can see the bottom, but there's a lot more stuff in here.
Oh, you know what that is?
I assume that's Grandma Daisy's ashes.
Yeah.
It's volcano ash. And when I moved to Flagstaff, I brought you, no, is this Flagstaff or is this Hawaii? I think it's
I
Flagstaff.
think it's Flagstaff.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have taken that much from Hawaii.
No.
But I have another.
Besides that, we would have had such bad luck if
Yeah.
you had taken it from Hawaii.
Well, then how do you explain this?
Did you do it? Did you bring home black sand?
Probably did.
That's probably why he has bad luck now and then.
Yeah,
He
that's
brought
right.
home
We
that,
need to get gambling.
that sacred black sand.
Well,
Did you?
well, you've got one of these in your curio cabinet.
Has it got black sand in it?
It's got sand from 4 Hawaiian islands in it.
We're gonna die, all of us.
There's the white sand beaches of Waikiki. There is black sand from Maui. There is green sand from the Big Island, and another white sand from Kauai someplace. And you've got one in your closet. Well, let's see. I know what this one is.
Yeah, I can't take you to Red Lobster, so I brought Red Lobster to you.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Is that when you was in the hospital?
I think so. Seems like
Something about a Red Lobster while you was in the hospital.
I
it
mean,
was way back when I quit smoking through that trip at the hospital.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking out in Arizona.
No, I think it was here when I quit smoking, so that would have been 17 years ago, 16 years ago. No, 17.
okay. Yeah.
I think.
I remember the story now. My first impulse was it was my first real trip I took when I was in college in 1992. I was the president of Alpha Lambda Delta, the Freshman Sophomore Honor Society, and I went to my first conference, and it was in Salem, Massachusetts, and I bought lots of lobster things. So that might have been when I acquired this, and I may have re-gifted it to you at that
Could
time
be.
because I couldn't take you to Red Lobster.
That's what you told me.
Okay, my gosh. I didn't know you had another one of these in here. So
Yeah, what am I?
apparently I'm big on the sand sculptures. That is Arizona in a bottle.
Yeah, I remember. I couldn't remember until you said that.
It's Arizona in a bottle. That is a Rattlesnake beer bottle. And there is...
Patty, doesn't Patty have one of those too?
I'm sure I made it. I'm
I
sure.
had snowman in a jar.
I'm sure I made a 6-pack. You know.
Oh yeah, you gave her the snowman in the
Yeah, I had
jar.
a snowman in a jar.
Yeah. So that's Arizona. There's Flagstaff cinders up here at the top. There's stuff from Lake Powell in here. There's Sedonas in here. It's all over the country. It's really, I mean, it's really excellent craftsmanship if you look at the colors and the layering in that sand. I do good work. I recognize these. I still have mine downstairs.
I had a hard time parting with that one. I kind of wanted to put it in my cabinet.
Yeah.
What is it?
These
I
are,
forgot what
these
they're
are-
called.
well, they're a sex toy. They're called Benoit balls. Okay.
Oh,
no,
they are.
no, they're not. They're very,
That term I remember.
they're very similar, but what they are, if you listen,
Stress balls.
they are, and they're also
Kinda.
just like manipulation with your hand, and they're supposed to provide therapeutics because of the music that's coming out of them as you're playing with them. They're
Very
really quite cool. That is from one of my early San Francisco adventures.
You know, I'm not giving you that stuff back because I don't want it.
No, it's Mom. I know you have a love-hate relationship with me. I'm totally cool with it.
But
No, I understand exactly what you're doing, and I appreciate it. It's a lot of great memories. This one, I don't specifically remember.
that was Mama's. That was Mama's.
Really? Huh.
Somebody gave that to Mama.
Okay. That I didn't remember.
That one that she got when she went to see the ball players?
Maybe. Might have been.
Well, that's cool.
Seems like
But I
that.
know
seems
I know
like
it was hers.
Seemed like they gave her a flag that day. You and someone over there.
Yeah. We got to go through that stuff too.
I don't remember which, but I know it was a Mother's Day.
You know, I debated on that. It was a Mother's Day, but I just debated. I couldn't quite. I almost thought Jerry gave it to me, but I don't think so. You gave me that when we was in the trailer down at the cliffs. What was it called? Vermilion?
Yeah.
Vermilion Trailer Court. You gave me that in there, I think.
Yeah, that would have been 82, 83.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
What is it?
I was going to say, I almost need to put my glasses on for this one. That is a Nashville shot glass.
Oh, from Tennessee.
I bought in Nashville, Tennessee on one of my early business trips. Back when I was bringing home souvenirs. You know, I quit doing that after a while because, you know, people have too much stuff. I don't remember the significance of this other than I always look.
It's a grasshopper.
I always look for reasons to give you grasshoppers because I know how much you hate them.
I knew that. I don't remember, but I knew it was you.
It had to be because I know it makes you cringe every time you open.
It does.
You
does.
get the willies every time you open one of my grasshopper gifts. And this
Seeing her running around running from us.
this is even better because it's grasshopper squared. If you open the box, there's another one inside.
Oh, God. It gives me goosebumps even on there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, New York.
One of our early trips to New York. That would have had to have been first time I think we went to New York. You went to New York twice with me, haven't you, Mom?
I think. I don't know. Yeah. No, I think.
You know what? It might have been only once because
911.
Yep.
No, you went when you lost the camera.
Yep. We went less than 6 weeks after 9/11.
Oh, well, she's right. There was two. Because when Whitney lost that camera, that was a different day, and we were in Central Park.
It was Justin who lost that camera.
No.
Yeah.
Whitney.
Nope. Whitney handed it to Justin, and he set it on a counter and was excited about something else he saw, and walked away. And I remember that in particular because of
the new camera.
I remember it happening, but I thought it was Whitney all this time.
I did too. Well, we was blaming Whitney because she had the responsibility of it, and I still think it was her. I think she set it on the counter.
This might help you remember.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I do have my little treasure there.
Because Justin.
Phantom of the Opera.
We went to the Phantom of the Opera. Justin got this mask and he wouldn't take it off for more than 24 hours because
I remember that.
Because
he wore it everywhere.
He was embarrassed about losing the camera and didn't want people to see him.
Yeah. Sounds like a good reason to hide.
You ought to seen Whitney run back to that store. We got about a block away in New York, and I asked, "Where's the camera?" And it's like, oh my God! And she just took off like a streak of lightning and ran back to that place to try to get it, and it was already gone.
FAO Schwartz.
Hmm?
FAO Schwartz up at about, what was it? It's not there anymore, but it was like right at the southern end, the southeast end of Central Park.
Yeah, we were just coming out of Central
59th
Park.
Street or something. Yeah, you guys were window shopping. I was actually working that day.
No, we was buying a book.
FAO Schwartz is a toy store, but they probably have books too.
I thought, no, you sure that we wasn't in the bookstore? What's that big bookstore?
No, there's plenty of bookstores, but no, you guys were at FAO Schwartz, the huge toy store. It's an iconic toy store. You see it in, or saw it in movies before it closed.
Well, she bought something that day.
Yeah, and there's definitely books there too. I don't remember this one, but that's totally a Jim thing to do.
I got one of them.
Yeah.
Isn't it a bleeding heart or something? I forgot.
That makes sense. It's my
I think
it's my eternal bleeding heart. I think you jogged my memory.
it seemed like to me like it separated it when we first got it, and it was clear.
Yeah, it had some silver in it.
Now when you shook it, it
That
made it look like a heart or something.
There is something. There is something in the bottom. Hang on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be
I
more
think
clear.
it's like a lava lamp.
It's still
Yeah.
there is still some stuff swirled around in there. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. A very Jim thing to do.
I got one too, them.
This
I
one.
thought you did them sand bottles too.
This one is Justin's, apparently, from this card. His teacher,
Justin.
Mrs. Davidson, in 1999, gave him that Christmas ornament.
Yeah. And they're not old enough to want that stuff back.
Well, let's see here. I'm going to pull all the rest of this out and just stick it behind here, make it easier to get to.
Should be right at the bottom.
Because we know how much my mom loves the Gecko. So
Yes.
she got a Gecko. It may or may not have been shortly after the time that Whitney and Justin and I were in Mazatlan, and we gave a Gecko a coma because we left cookies with rainbow sprinkles out on the counter at the timeshare in Mazatlan. And we went and had dinner or went to do some event or something. And we came home, and there was a Gecko sprawled out next to the cookie, vomiting rainbow. Because it had eaten those rainbow sprinkles, made itself super sick, put itself in a coma, and it was laying there near death, vomiting rainbow. It was hilarious. And, we milked his little belly a little bit and made him squirt some more out. And put him on the balcony and watched him as he slowly recovered and eventually creeped away. And I think he was saying in Gecko talk as he was leaving, "I'll never eat those damn pretty cookies again." That one's kind of special.
Yeah, 6 Flags.
Oh, yeah.
Six Flags.
That's really old.
But it's not just any Six Flags. That is Marvin the Martian, which has a special place in my heart. I've always loved Marvin. I've always liked the irreverent cartoon characters. And I won a stuffed Marvin, 18 inches tall. I recently sold it online. Sold it for like 15 or 20 bucks or something. I won it for $1. While my hand was in a wrist splint from here to here, an aluminum tray wrist splint that my arm was wrapped up in, because I had basically broken. Well, I pulled here on the back of your hand. You know where the tendons attach to the bones. I had fallen so hard taking the kids to Oak Creek Canyon. I slipped a couple of times, landed hard on the hand. A few days, week after that, I was rollerblading out in the street in front of our house, fell hard, pushed the hand, and went to the doctor. He put me in this tray splint, which I was wearing when we went to Colorado for our big Colorado vacation, and was went horseback riding and was holding the stirrup so hard, or the saddle horn so hard. And then we went river rafting, and we thought we were on something that was like a 2 or 3 rated rapids, and we ended up on like a 7. and one of our family, their raft flipped, and the guy, it was Bob's son, he had to rescue this little girl and this old man. So he's got an 8-year-old in one arm and a 78-year-old in the other.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep our raft from
We were
flipping.
hanging on a rock.
Yeah,
My raft was hanging on a rock.
I'm trying to keep our raft from flipping, and I'm burying the oar in the rocks because there's only 2 people on my raft that are rowing. Nobody else even picked up an oar. And I bent that aluminum tray that was in my fingers. I molded it to my fingers, and it was after that I think I won the Marvin the Martian stuffed animal, throwing softballs at those bottles that shaped like cats or whatever. I won that, and it was awesome. It was the last couple of minutes of the night at Six Flags, and Whitney and Justin and I were running around to get on the Batman roller coaster one more time. And Whitney's like, Dad, win me a Marvin. And so I did with my splint. And then I came back and I saw my doctor after the stuff had happened, and he fired me. He fired me. He says, I can't treat you if you won't take care of yourself. You do not come back. What?
Got fired. Uncle George got fired. Patty, have you ever been fired by your doctor?
Not yet.
I was.
Surprised I didn't this last round at the hospital. I cussed him out. Kicked the nurse in the mouth and all kinds of crazy things.
Well, yep, I got fired by a doctor. I got fired by a dentist once too, but I'm running out of time here, so I got to show you these last couple of things. I recognize those. Those are the Safe Kid IDs with fingerprints on the back.
I don't think they're doing them anymore.
Yeah,
they should be.
We had these Safe Kids IDs when Mom was looking after the kids for us. At one point, I gave her a small loan. Look at the tiny coins. Aunt Patty, I have your envelope of coins that you gave me in the past is upstairs.
It's worth money someday.
It's actually it's worth showing to you.
I don't know why you don't sell that pool table.
Yeah, probably because nobody wants to lift the things. They're heavy.
Oh, but he's not going to use it anymore.
This is one of my tiny boxes of Grandma Daisy goodness. So check out that glass box.
I remember that box.
I always had a thing for these glass boxes.
That's a thing to make butter, though.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like a butter dish. Well, and in here,
it's a better bowl when they make it.
The money used to be in here. Now it's filled with a few more of my memorabilia items, but yes, I have the coins you've given me. Okay, let's see here. Wow. That's interesting. Grandpa Jake's pocket watch?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not sure why I had it. If I had it,
Well,
I don't remember why I had it.
He passed in '92, if I remember correctly. So you've had it a while.
You got it when you went over to get the dog, didn't you? From Terry?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think it was when you went to get Panther, they gave it to you.
There you go.
Yeah, could be.
Grandpa Jake's pocket watch. That's pretty cool. That's a keeper. That goes in that little green glass box I just showed you. Route 66 could have come from any time of the 20 years I drove back to Illinois.
Yes.
I was just telling people that story. It's like, I'm never driving back to Illinois again unless I'm picking Justin up in New York or something.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I remember this one.
Is that the little license plate with my name on it?
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a little license plate. You can, there, you can see it now.
Yeah.
That means if you can see it when I get that close, I should show you Grandpa Jake's pocket watch a little closer. Look at that.
Yeah.
It is cool.
That's
He
pretty-
always carried a pocket watch.
Yeah.
So we've got that. There's a little rosary. I don't remember where this came from.
That came from Sedona in that church.
I was about to say, I think it's from Chapel of the Holy Rock in Sedona.
Yep, but I don't remember when.
I have the bottom half of a wooden Hawaii bowl.
What do you mean bottom half? That's all of it. It says ashtray.
It's an ashtray, not a box. Never mind then. Back when I was not openly opposing your smoking.
Yes.
I have two more things here that are truly awesome, and maybe two of the things. Actually, there's three things here now that I look at what I've got. They may be the most, I guess, indicative or best descriptors of the relationship that we have with each other. Because
we've had so much fun with those.
Because I've got what I clearly recognize as a chicken chucker. It's a chicken chucker. You couldn't see that, but it throws tiny, tiny rubber chickens at you.
We had so much fun with those.
It was a blast. It was one of those classics. For many, many years, when we had kids of the right age, we always had some type of, it's not going to hurt you, but it's going to seem like you're fighting, and you're going to have so much fun, you're going to fall down laughing. And in addition to the chicken chucker, there was another year, and this is actually the gun for the chicken chucker. I recognize that, but you couldn't see that either. But what that is the tiny Pig-a-Pult. Throw tiny pigs at each other. The Pig-a-Pult. Oh, it was so hilarious.
Was that gun there too?
Yeah,
or just one gun?
Just it's the chicken chucker gun. I recognize it because the colors match. So I have so that is awesomely fun. And then the other thing, the last thing that's in this box clearly understands or clearly explains the somewhat disturbing but completely open and transparent relationship I have with my mother. I was in New York and I met this awesome stripper. So I had her autograph a photo of me holding her for my mom.
That was bad.
That was one of my best moments. Okay, that's the bottom of the box. All right, that was a ton of fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I am gonna post this video on my YouTube channel. It's just too perfect. All right, so here, give me an end moment. Let's just say I'm going to switch this over to gallery so I can see everybody, and then let's just wave, say goodbye, say Happy Mother's Day, Happy Aunt's Day, Happy Grandma's Day,
happy day.
Happy COVID pandemic day, Happy COVID pandemic.
Yes.
All right. So that's where I'm going to end the video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did making it. Okay, and now we can just talk. All right, that's where I will edit the video.
I'll be back. I got to get some coffee.
Okay.
Watch how fast she walks.
Hey, I'm impressed.
I am too. She just scoots around. I have to keep telling her to slow down because she puts herself out of breath trying to walk like we used to walk. And I do the same thing. It's hard to slow yourself down. You're chucking two at a time?
No, I'm just chucking another pig. Oh, that one was slow.
Pigs fit in there too.
Yeah, the little pigs fit in there. It's just, I just know that because of the color that this is not the pig gun, but that it does.
Well, everybody liked those so much, they always took them home.
Yeah, they kept them. Here's the chicken chucker again. That went pretty low again.
They go a long ways.
The chickens are just so much they're just funnier than the pigs. They're tiny.
What'd you call
They're
the pig?
It was the Pig-a-Pult,
Pig-a-Pult.
Pig-a-Pult, and the chicken chucker.
We had one more.
There was one.
Potato gun. We had that potato gun.
Yeah, the potato gun. The marshmallow thing Ron made one year. There,
Yeah.
that one worked. I really shouldn't hit or shoot things at my brand new computer screen.
Probably not.
Okay, so since we're sitting here, in my little glass box, I have a few things like, that's a grain of rice with a Cocopelli on it.
Oh, I remember that. With who?
Cocopelli.
Cocopelli.
You guys
I
know
love Cocopelli.
because, well, I believe I am the descendant of Cocopelli.
You think?
I do. As
I
Cocopelli.
want some of that. You doing cabbage? Ron, you doing cabbage? Warm me some too.
I believe I am a descendant of Cocopelli because Cocopelli was basically a traveling salesman and entertaining performer who is credited with more children to his line than anybody in the Southwest. So the only place I deviate is that I got a vasectomy years ago, and I love that I'm shooting blanks, and I only have 2 kids, and I'm positive. Couple more necklaces. There's a silver one that I really kind of liked. There's a gold one that's actually real gold back when, you know, I was like an 80s porn star. And then there's a St. Christopher's that I don't remember who gave me, but one of my
gave it to you after you started wearing that necklace, probably get you rid of the old one.
Yep, somebody.
That probably would have came. That may be older than you think. Think that might have been from Clarence? He's the only one that wore St. Christopher's.
It might be. But then I have a daisy keychain that I found with a "Don't Let Me Forget" button and a ring that she gave me that fit me when I was about 9 years old. It does not fit anymore. I have a
Daddy's fingernail knife? Oh, no.
I have a Grandpa Jake pocket knife that I especially love because look at how that blade is almost gone because he's sharpened it so many times.
Yeah. Skinned rabbits with it.
Class
A lot of rabbits.
Class ring, senior class president. Yay, yay. Name tag from Lake Powell and the key to my handcuffs. Grandpa Bell's lighter.
Cool.
I think you both know that the last time I fired a gun at an animal was when I shot that deer in Colorado. But I hunted with Grandpa Jake and Uncle Ron and Uncle George for years. I'm actually an incredible shot.
Oh, yeah, right.
Look at that. No,
You
Mom.
didn't do that.
I sure as hell did.
Jake could do that, but you couldn't do that.
I sure as hell did. I shot this. Check that out, Ron. I shot that bullet from the back of a pickup truck while we were all out getting drunk and, well, I guess I can say it now, stoned, in Springerville, Arizona. And we were out shooting rabbits in the back of pickup trucks, driving down the old Route 66 that they had closed off when they opened up the new road. You know what? It might not have been old. It might not have been old 66, but it was an old road that they closed when they opened a new one. And I shot that with a .22 caliber rifle from the back of the pickup.
Coincidence.
Doesn't matter. I have the proof. I'm holding it right here. And there's at least 6 guys that if they were sober enough, they could tell you I did it. That's mostly it, other than I've got one more little thing. I don't know if you remember these. Grandma had, it's a pin. That's a cardinal on the pin.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
St.
What's
Louis
it say on it?
Cardinals. It says,
You don't have to eat with scissors.
How'd you know I did?
You was chewing or you had them in your hand.
yeah, the front just says St. Louis Cardinals, and there's a picture of a cardinal on a baseball bat. It's a 1964 pin, and apparently these were collectibles that came with Crane potato chips. And I had a piece of paper with about 16 of these on it. I don't remember what happened to it. It's probably in one of my boxes. But this was the St. Louis Cardinals, and it was a contest that they were running. You collect all the pins and you win something. But that means you have to eat a lot of bags of Crane potato chips in 1964.
We like your glasses.
What's that?
We like your glasses.
Do you? These are okay. These are my originals, but check out the new ones Alice got me. So you can probably tell these are, you know, black. But the hinge was getting broken on one of them, so she got me these stylish tortoiseshell.
Pretty cool.
And she got me a pair of sunglasses that are in the same style that are just awesome, but they're in the car. I'm not going to go get those. But yeah, there you go. Well, happy Sunday afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
I think I should probably wrap this up. I've got a lot of stuff to reposition in my house.
Why don't you sell that table, that pool table?
Oh, I'm planning to. I had to get it cleared off first. Mom, I've only had this thing cleared off since Friday night.
Oh,
I shot my first game of pool on Friday night in 5 years because I'd been running my sales.
by yourself?
Yeah, this is going to be fun. You're going to enjoy this. I'm going to shoot a special video. I'm going to shoot a special video of me playing myself because when I play myself, I'm not the same person.
Do you use two different cue sticks and
Sometimes
or pool
three.
sticks?
Sometimes three.
Three.
If I'm playing cutthroat, I get to be me. I get to be Cousin Hank. You're gonna love Cousin Hank. He's monobrow. He's got, you know, a little mustache, and he's not very smart.
Like Mom said, she had games one time. She played with me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
So,
Three players.
so it's me and Cousin Hank, and I normally break out another character, but I'm going to surprise you with that one. I plan on shooting a video of me shooting a game of pool and being all three characters, and it's going to be hilarious.
Like, we're still waiting for my pictures. I want them more pictures.
I have excavated an area on my desk, and the boxes and negatives are sitting right there within 6 inches of my hand, so I'll get some more scanned.
At least a couple more. Give us something to look forward to weekly.
I can do that. I can get you a couple more.
Because I'm getting old and not going to be here much longer.
Yeah, the part of the problem that I run into with some of them is that because they're so old, they curl, and I can't really scan them. So, but I've got a bunch. I've probably got at least another 50 or 60 that are in good shape that I can scan.
There are a lot of fun with them old ones.
Yep, I'll do that. I'll get you some this week.
All right. I'll be waiting for them.
All right, gang. I'm going to end this meeting, and I think I'm going to go reminisce.
Yeah.
Oh my God.